Hi, and welcome back to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Good to have you here, and welcome to the month of Elul. We're now, I think, in day 3. So wanted to bring you up to speed on what's gone on. As many of you now know or have learned, last week on August 31st, IDF forces recovered the bodies of 6 hostages who had been executed, as autopsies had reported, only a day or two before their discovery. And this has really colored and added a sense of urgency to the ongoing hostage negotiations. Secretary of State Blinken reportedly has announced that there is another bridging document in the works right now, and this is in hopes that they can essentially bridge the differences that remain in these negotiations. So this week, the big talk was, of course, over the Philadelphia corridor, which is the area of the Gaza Strip that is along the border with Egypt. It was also reported that Yahya Sinwar, one of the major Hamas leaders located right now in Gaza, it's believed he's in Gaza, had planned to escape via that corridor into Egypt and on to Iran, perhaps with hostages. But in the shadow of the killing of these 6 hostages, which included Hirsch Goldberg Poland, who had become somewhat of the face of the hostage crisis, a major number of protests had broken out all over Israel, demanding that a hostage negotiation or a hostage deal be made. And it's created a lot of tension within the country, and certainly put a lot of pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu, who remains committed to holding the Philadelphia corridor, apparently, depending on which news sources you're looking at this particular time. There's also, though, a gap in what the ratio of hostages to terrorists released would be, and also Israel wishes to have control over veto power to determine which terrorists would be released from Israeli prisons, because, of course, a hostage deal would include the transfer of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, terror prisoners. Of the hostages remaining in Gaza, there are still 101 bodies there. 12 are women, 2 are under 6 years of age, 7 are American citizens, and 35 are reportedly dead. And I think this is important to note, as tomorrow is also the 11th month since October 7th. So I want to encourage you, recognizing that this is another one of those monthly anniversaries. And of course, this week was a sad day among very sad days over the course of the last 11 months. I'd encourage you to attend a service at your synagogue of choice in the community. Put a sign up talking about the hostages, supporting them. Reach out to your friends, put a message on social media. These are all very, very important but small actions that all of us can take to show our unity as a Jewish community and show how we prioritize and have such care for the hostages who remain in Gaza right now. So thank you for doing that. Also this week, there were shots fired at the Israeli consulate in Munich, which also happened to coincide with the anniversary, not happened to, but it was intentionally coincided with the anniversary of the Munich Olympic massacre from 1972. And also an American woman was reportedly killed by IDF forces, an activist, during protests in Nablus, which made the headlines of Times of Israel today. So unfortunately, a lot continues to be taking place over there, in addition to the continued rocket fire in the north of the country. So as we always say, we hope that this Shabbat brings peace and prosperity and happiness to the region. Now, getting into upcoming local events, I want you to mark your calendar for 3 events coming up in the coming weeks. First of all, on September 24th, an anti-Semitism, anti-Zionist program featuring a video presentation by Yossi Klein Halevi taking place September 24th. An FBI active shooter training taking place September 25th. This is an important one, and we hope that if you are a community leader, in particular a staff member at one of our local organizations, we strongly encourage you to attend this. This is going to be a good one, led by the FBI. So It's to be taken seriously and should be well attended. Also on coming up on October 7th, Federation is holding both our annual meeting and a memorial service recognizing that it will be 1 year from the October 7th attacks. Taking place this evening is a teeny tiny tot Shabbat at Congregation B'nai Shalom. It's a project coordinated with PJ Library and PJ Arway. There is a young adult division taking place on the 7th and a BI barbecue on the 8th. Now there is a lot coming up later in the month of September, so check the Federation calendar, check the calendars of the organizations you belong to, and you should belong to them. Thank you for supporting Jewish life in Central Mass and beyond, and I wish you a good Shabbos. Bye-bye.